Hello everybody, my name is Jad. Welcome to another MLB 9 Innings 25 video. In today's video, we've got some packs, some combos, a little bit of drama to go through, even though I don't quite understand it. We got a signature pack to go through, a special signature pack to go through. We've got a couple trainer tickets, a couple PSETs to go through, the whole 9 yards. You know what we're doing here on this channel by now. So, we are getting finally to the end of the season, as we said last week. I believe the Yankees personally are having a day off today. They're having a travel day to get back in, and they're having a 7-game homestand, and then that will be the end of the Yankees season. Currently, they're 2 back of the Jays. They're 3 back in terms of the divisional spot because they do not have the tiebreaker. So they have their own game in front of them right now, and it's going to be up to them to win the games in front of them, which they're playing a bunch of teams that they should be able to beat. So we'll see how that goes. And there's a lot of divisional races coming down to it. I think the Mets recently just lost the other day to the Nationals and then lost the spot they had in the playoffs. I thought the Astros just got swept by the Mariners, so now they're on the outside looking in. I thought the Red Sox lost, so they're on the outside looking in. It's very close. The American League right now is insane right now. Detroit lost and they got swept, so now they're potentially losing ground in the division. I think that currently they're no longer leading the division. Oh no, they are leading the division. They're now a 1-game lead in the division. That's crazy. I think they play a 3-game series right now. Yeah, tomorrow. They're playing tomorrow. They're playing a divisional series tomorrow. That's crazy, man. What a time for a series. Right at the end of the year. Anyway, so the American League is a complete mess right now. I'm watching the Giants and the Mets battle it out down there, as well as the is it the Cubs or who's leading the Central right now? Yeah, the Cubs and the Reds are fighting for wild card spots right now, or the Reds are trying to fight their way in. They now control their own destiny. They can theoretically get in, so it's wild ride to the end here. Ooh, the Reds have a tough road. They got to play the Paul Skeens Pirates, and then they got to play 3 games against the Brewers. So, wow. All right, so in today's video, there was something that was posted about there being there was the compensation that they gave out for the world battle event thing, and then they said that some people got them they got them in error, so they had to go and they had to retrieve them from their accounts. I don't know how many accounts were affected by that, but in my opinion, that's like a horrible thing to do again, because it didn't seem like a lot of accounts got affected by it. I want to say that maybe the number I saw was maybe 30 accounts were affected by this mistake. In my opinion, if you mess up and you give them the compensation, I don't know. Maybe me personally, I think that you should be able to keep the compensation. Now, maybe there's a clause in the TOS that says that they are entitled to take back compensations that were given in error, and maybe that is their prerogative. Maybe they're entitled to do that. I don't know to be certain. I haven't read the TOS to that extent yet, but it just seems kind of like if it's their error, and in some situations when the person who received the compensation already spent the compensation, they are clawing back the post-spent compensation rewards, which in my opinion, I think that's wild. It's very much like the Diamond Pack gate, like I always seem to cite, because this is really like the one time where they had a really big issue. It was like this issue, the Legends issue, and then now this are like the 3 ones that in my opinion are like the ones I vision in my head whenever I think about these kinds of things happening. So there was a couple times I did it. This first one was in the event that we just had, which was like the 7 days and you complete the missions, and then every day you get an item as a reward for completing the daily missions, and then on the 7th day for completing all 7 missions, you get an event reward. And the event reward back then, I believe, was a Diamond Pack. Or one of them was a Diamond Pack. Maybe like the daily reward was. But for some reason, whenever the event had concluded, you could still complete like any of the missions, and then it would reissue you the Diamond Pack. So people were basically getting hundreds and thousands of Diamond Packs, and then in some situations, in order to actually be able to have like a benefit that was really good for them, instead of combining them away, what they would do is they would release them for points, so people would end up getting like a trillion points and a million condition drinks and stuff like that. So that's basically what was going on. And they they shut the game down and they had to roll the game back. I don't know if they rolled it back, but they definitely had to go in there and shut people. They had to ban people's accounts for like a month to go in there and then take back the compensation. And that led to one of the spending boycotts essentially because I think we all realized that it was an error, but I think we all realized that it wasn't up for very long. They did fix it rather quickly. It just happened in the middle of the night when there was nobody in the office to really answer the phones when things started going south. But it was really kind of their error, and it wasn't really anything that. Well, I mean, I guess you did have to abuse it. So in this situation, I was okay with them taking the items back. I thought that was justified. But in the Legends one, you had to. What happened was in the Legends one, if you open a premium vintage pack, the flag. When you got a legend, it was going through every individual card when you did a 10 pull, and it was saying, "Is this a legend? Yes or no?" And it would be like, "No, no, 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 no." And then like for instance, you get to the 6th card, and then it goes, "Yes, that's a legend." But then when you pulled the next card, it wasn't resetting the flag, so you would end up with like legend, 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 legend as the last 4 cards in the pack of 10. And everybody was like, oh, okay, that's a mistake. That shouldn't be the case. And fortunately, there wasn't that many people that really took advantage of that. I don't know what they did because that was necessarily more of an East server thing. So I imagine that those were taken care of. I actually have no idea what the compensation with that because it was patched really before. Like, I think it was a data push, but it wasn't like a simultaneous data push. Like, we didn't get that. It was only an East server error. I think we got some compensation over here just for the sake of it, but I don't really remember what happened. And then now you have this, which it was really a minor error. I really, it kind of seemed to me like they should have just been able to keep the items. It didn't really seem like it was that big of a deal in my opinion, but I don't run the games, so I don't get a say in these things, unfortunately. Okay, so signature player pack, hoping for another Yankee player pack. We are going to be saving the SIGs. We could do a combo because we have the stars, but I'm going to be saving them for the donation event. I do want to give away a couple SIGs in the donation event. I think I have a dupe legend I could get rid of as well. I don't remember. It's been a long time since we've got a legend, so I'm not really quite sure what my current status is. So let's see. Hoping for another Yankee card. Last week we pulled like 2 of them. The week before we pulled 2 of them, which was frankly insane. Okay. It is not. It is not a Yankee. So, who on the Giants could have 88 power? I don't know. I can't think of any like Giants players that are not like. Who could it possibly be? Very slow. So my first thought is like. I don't know. I would like to say like Yastrzemski, but like I feel like he's a left fielder, so I feel like he would have more speed. Who could it be then? Like the former Yankee that's over there, maybe? I don't know. What is Yastrzemski? I figured he'd have more speed. Oh, his right field card. I figured he would have a lot more speed than that. That's kind of crazy. All right, let's see what we get in a special signature pack. 2 silvers and a gold. Eduardo Rodriguez, Yanier Diaz, and Zach Wheeler. I might just take the gold one, just because I don't need it, so I will take the gold one. So unfortunately, no Yankees in this one. We still do not yet have the combination for the Clubcraft. Pretty sure we're gonna be waiting a long time for that, but I just want to double check just to make sure. So to be fair, it didn't seem like I just want to finish up my thoughts on this. Yes, it was their error, but I don't feel like it was really that kind of crazy widespread, and I don't feel like anybody really gained like an extreme advantage from it. It was really only like a diamond trainer, I think like a couple thousand stars and maybe like a sig back. Like, to me, it didn't seem like that crazy of an advantage in my opinion, and it didn't seem like it was that widespread of a problem. I feel like that they should have been able to just keep the items. Honestly, I mean, you messed up. I think that was only fair, but unfortunately, I don't get a vote. I don't know when these came due, but apparently I didn't do these ones. So let's see. Crafting. You be quiet over there, laptop. farming laptop is like Okay, 15 more days. It's gonna be a while. Oh, check an event. Maybe that was the notification my laptop was just telling me about. That would have been so cool if that was a legend. Donovan Solano, former Yankee. Alright then. Save those two. Now, I believe I already have a Manny Machado Prime. I don't know if it is the Diamond one. I may already have a Diamond Prime Manny Machado, but I'm pretty sure I have at least one. Although my mind is telling me that he might be in my mentors. I will have to check that later. I said in the last video that there was a Giambi in my backup, but it is not true. It is a Yankee Giambi that I have in my backup, so that's probably what I was thinking of. I have a Yankee Giambi that I pulled from some event, but I do not have a Athletics Giambi. Although I might have an Athletics Giambi because he has a high eye, I believe, so he might be in my mentor. That could probably be where he is, but I'm not sure right now, and it will take me maybe like 10 minutes to go look through that because it's just such a janky system. Well, I have to look through multiple mentor menus. It's going to be very annoying, and it's going to be a short video. I don't think we're going to be around for that long anyway, so want to keep things moving, you know? I'll take the Willie Adames. I saw Tigers DFA Charlie Morton, which honestly is not surprising. Charlie Morton had a rough season with the Orioles and then went to Detroit and then somehow had an even more rough season with Detroit. I think he ended up with about a 5.5 ERA in Detroit. I think it was actually worse than that, to be honest, but it was not a good time for Mr. Charlie Morton, who has really looked... Sorry, quick go on there. Who has really looked more and more kind of like Father Time is starting to win the war on him a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, he's always seemed like the guy that was always the ageless wonder, pitching forever, kind of like Rich Hill was. But it does kind of seem like it is now starting to kind of fall apart for him. The poor guy. It's tough when you want to pitch him, but you just can't pitch anymore because your body just betrays you. Do I have 2 All-Star Soto cards for the same team? Oh, no, I have San Diego, and I have Washington. So neither of the 2 New York teams, but I just have 2 Soto cards in here. That's crazy. All right, let's get to the meat and the potato of the video, which is PSETs. Where are my PSETs? I have a Premium Legend Skill Change ticket, which I'm going to be honest with you. If they gave us this, I don't know what this thing does. Like, I don't know what this thing does. Like, I read it a second time. I read it a third time. I said it out loud. I asked people. No one knows what this thing does. I think what it does is it's basically like it's a legend skill change ticket, but it also functions as a premium skill change ticket. So let's say you have like a 3 legend set, and you're like, well, I want to use legend skill on this guy, but I don't want to get rid of his current set. So you use this ticket, and therefore it will save the previous set as well. I think that's what it's telling me. So I will actually use this on Mr. Greg Nettles because I would like to have... should I use it on Greg Nettles? Yeah, I'll use it on Greg Nettles. That's what I want. I want Born to be a Star, but I do not want level 1 Born to be a Star. I need it to be higher levels, unfortunately. That is tough. That is unfortunate. Alright, so now we're still looking to see if we can get the first Black Diamond skill on Greg Nettles. Alright, let's just sit back and watch. I've never used the auto-use system, so let's just sit back and have it do it ourselves. Ooh, Batter's Chemistry 232. Yeah, we'll say the Batter's Chemistry card. Alright. Off we go. Well, at least we got one. I was kind of thinking it'd be last video where we got none, and I'd be big sad again. But 1 is a good number. We have a 2-3-2 set, which I would prefer a 3-3-2 set, but it is going to just be temporary for now, just to make us feel better in the future and see that, yes, we do indeed have a Black Diamond skill on him. So let's move into our trainers. Somebody suggested that I could be using the Diamond Trainer positions change tickets on my Garrett Cole to see if I could change him. I am only concerned about that because I want to save up a bunch of them, because the way my brain works is it's essentially a 2 in 4 chance. It is a 50% chance that I will essentially roll a starting pitcher specialization for my trainer ticket, because there's 4 options. There's starting pitcher, relief pitcher, closing pitcher, and all. And I would be happy with starting pitcher or all, but the odds are, in my opinion, that I will end up getting relief pitcher, relief pitcher, relief pitcher, relief pitcher, closing pitcher, and I will end up kneecapping Garrett Cole's overwhelming pressure Diamond Trainer, and I don't want to do that. So I will save up either a bunch of them, or I will just leave it alone the way it is right now, because it is not hurting me. Okay, Ultimate Trainer Recruit Ticket. I got this from the club box, actually, for today. Although that's going by the wayside. So we've got 2 golds, MBT, and SI. I don't recall having SI on anybody. Those are both kind of limp. Let's see. Finesse pitcher is a good one. Decrease of a hard hit ground ball. But I think that everyone that I have a finesse pitcher one on at this point already has a diamond one. So I don't think it'll be very useful for me at this point. And then this one, batting machine. I also don't think I have anybody batting machine. I think at this point I'm really just fishing for the diamond ones at this point. So it's not really incremental. Let me just double check my pitchers, because I thought I had, so Severino has it, but I thought he has a gold. I thought he has a diamond. Oh, he doesn't. He has ace. He has Dom anyway, so I'm stupid. Never mind. You have nothing. Garrett Cole is finesse boss, right? But he has a diamond trainer. J Hap has Finn. No, he has Dom. So no one has Finn on my lineup. Right. Okay, great. So I'm just making things up at this point. I'm literally just making things up. And my relief pitchers, well, Miller has it. But he already has finesse one on him. Who else has finesse? Chapman does. I thought Chapman has Finn Dom, unless I changed him. Yeah, I might as well throw it on him. I'm not really losing out. It's lower hard hit ball, but I'd prefer that over the swing and the miss on those strikeouts. And then I believe you have Dom. Oh, he has nothing, and then I believe Britton has Dom, yeah. Yeah, Dom touch. Okay, and then what do you have, Mr. May? Dom. Iron Will. Okay. So I think that is going to be everything for me today in today's video. Unfortunately, just didn't have a lot of stuff to go through today. Looking forward to the donation event. I don't know when it starts. I feel like you guys probably know better than I do, because I don't really pay attention to the event schedule that much. I kind of really just play it off by ear, and just whatever the game tells me to do, I just kind of, show up and do it. So anyway, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, the good news is, actually, I fixed my internet finally. I had to, power cycle my router for 5-10 minutes to get a completely new IP address. It was really bad, but eventually I fixed it, no longer having basically a 1-hour upload schedule. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Good luck with your packs, your pulls, your combos, and I will see you guys when the divisions are decided next week. Peace.